This programme is for entertainment purposes.
Please move the tables aside.
A dark history and bloody murder await the Most Haunted team as we gather at America's Conference House.
Fielding, and this week I brought my team to a place of immense historical importance to America, a place that has stood through many wars and is said to be haunted by a horde of unhappy ghosts. Welcome to Most Haunted and to the Conference House.
The Conference House, or Billop House as it is sometimes known, is a colonial manor in the Tottenville section of Staten Island in New York. It is historically significant because on September the 11th, 1776, Benjamin Franklin, John Adams and Edward Rutledge held a peace conference here with British officials in an attempt to stop the Revolutionary War. However, as history tells us, their attempts failed. The house was originally built in the 1600s, though no exact date is known, by Captain Christopher Billop, a British naval officer who settled in America. Future generations of the Billop family also occupied this modest colonial home for many generations. And it was Billop's descendant, Colonel Christopher Billop, a British loyalist, who offered up the house as a venue for the peace conference. Archaeological evidence suggests that prior to Billop's arrival, this area of Staten Island was a Native American settlement, though evidence as to how long before is patchy to say the least. Today the house is the only pre-Revolutionary War landmark still standing in the whole of New York City. Some say it's not just the bricks and mortar of Conference House that are evident to this day, but the spirits of those involved with this great house can also be seen as they wander, troubled and agitated.
The cellar is one of the most paranormal places of the house. In a despicable time when human beings were used as slaves, they would have toiled day and night in this area. Used as a kitchen with little ventilation, conditions would have been unbearable. Now home to rumblings, growls and dark shadows, few feel comfortable spending time down here alone. This bedroom is said to be home to a particularly menacing poltergeist that likes to throw objects around in the dead of night. A phantom British soldier is said to haunt this house as a lonely sentinel protecting it from invasion. Along with floating candles and stories of murdered servants, this is a very scary place indeed. It is known that on this staircase, a previous owner, Captain Billop, stabbed a slave girl to death, hurling her lifeless corpse down these very steps. It's alleged that she was signalling to soldiers from an upper-storey window using a lit candle. Her spirit is thought to wander these corridors at night, and on occasion, a lit candle has been spotted burning brightly in the window from outside. It flickers for a while before being extinguished, reliving the last moments of her life. This area has been used for many things in its long history, and its activity is similar to the main cellar, with the added inconvenience of an oppressive feeling that engulfs many who enter. Some believe that this site was a Native American settlement before the house was built, lending weight to the theory that various spirits from many different times caused the plethora of hauntings here.
Given its unique history, what more can historian Leslie Smith tell us about Conference House and the site on which it stands?
On September the 11th, 1776, a group of powerful men met here to discuss peace. Amongst that group, listen to these names: Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, who would go on to be the second president, and Rutledge. Downstairs is the parlour where those remarkable people who are such giants in American history stood together and tried to find a peace. Peace didn't happen, and the war rolled on and on. It's a very rare thing to find a property this old in America, particularly a property with such an extraordinary past, and to think in that small intimate parlour, still throbbing with much of the furniture of the time, although we can't prove it was the original. What we can prove is that this house is certainly worth a visit, and we think some of the ghosts are still here. A woman sits in the window, some say of the room behind me, looking out. Other people have candles blown out, doors slammed. But we do know of a woman who worked here with a great loom, and when she came in the morning, although the house was locked overnight, the loom was pulled to pieces and the wool thrown absolutely everywhere. Poltergeist activity. There's talk of servants falling, being chased, broken neck. But the evidence of this house, this conference house, the remarkable place it played in the history of America, cannot be denied.
Joined by medium and psychic artist Brian Shepherd, the Most Haunted team prepare to investigate Conference House. What awaits us as we conduct our vigils throughout the night?